Waiting. We are live.
Woo! Welcome everybody.
To the Dad and Drew Show, folks. We are back.
We are back.
It's been a week.
It has.
It's literally been a week. I mean, we've had some debacles between the two of us.
Yes, we have.
Drew had a really fun day with beignets today.
Yeah, I don't. Beignets are not my favorite.
They're not your bag, baby?
They are not my bag, baby, at all. Definitely not my bag.
All right, let me double check and make sure. I'm always weird on this thing to make sure.
You are weird on this.
Yep.
Thing.
Okay, we are live. We got 3 people supposedly watching.
Okay.
2 people watching, which is probably me and you.
Yep.
But that's fine.
That's all right. I'm like watching my phone.
Nice.
So
that's the 2 people. That's who it was. It was me and you.
Well, now it says 4.
Awesome. If anyone is here, when you get here, say hi. It will show up in our comments, and I'm going to show some comments throughout the broadcast here.
The broadcast day.
The broadcast day. So, Drew, give us a little bit of a preview of how much you love beignets.
Oh, my goodness, man. So, today, I decided to do the Disney recipe for beignets. I'm sorry, but it's a horrible recipe. It does not work. The proportions are wrong. And what I read too, and what drove me nuts, like I read that they, quote unquote, mind you, that they took the recipe that was on a larger scale, obviously, because they're making a bigger scale at Disney, and they cut down the recipe, which was just absurd. I think somebody just went, let's just add some of that and some of that and some of that.
Beignet, they need what? We need flour. We need some flour. Throw some flour in there.
Yeah, throw whatever. It doesn't matter because people are going to screw it up anyway. They're going to think it's their fault.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I mean, it was my fault for using the recipe today.
Yeah. So I have a theory on these whole Disney recipes they're releasing. They're not real.
They can't be.
We've already proven that the chocolate chip num num chocolate chip cookie is just Alton Brown's recipe that was stolen and reposted and animated with Pixar graphics. The beignet one apparently is a complete fraud because there's no way you can use that recipe and make a real beignet.
And also it's not just me. I went and read other people talking about using that recipe, and they all said the same exact thing, the same problem that I had. And it was like too much flour, not enough yeast, comes out hard, and it's just terrible.
So I think there's literally one person who's still working for Disney, one of the people who's left, who they just told, hey, put out something for people to do that's Disney. We don't care what it is.
No. Just we're not going to slap Disney on it.
We're not going to check your work. We're not going to proof anything. We're not going to make sure that it's right. Don't reach out to any chefs or anybody because we fired all those people.
Yeah, they're gone.
So don't worry about that. We're just going to go ahead and if you think it would make something like a beignet, grab the photo from the Disney site and put it next to your thing you make, and people will just think that they're bad cooks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, most people are. But just terrible. I think the guy his name must be Pete. I just, in my mind, I'm like, they're like, hey, Pete, why don't you get some?
It's Pete the cat.
It's Pete the cat, man.
Pete the cat is the last man standing somewhere at Disney going, it's got to be it.
No, it is. I'm just going to call him Pete the terrible baker,
Yes. So that's good. That was your day today. And today, Dad made some Instant Pot ribs and proceeded to just talk mad S about my entire dish the whole time because I don't really like fall off the bone ribs, and these make fall off the bone ribs. So I literally just said, these are not what I would eat. They're good, but they're not what I literally just talk crap about my entire recipe the whole time.
It's not your bag, man. It's not your bag,
It's not
baby.
my bag. Look who showed up.
What's up?
Diz Jabber.
The Dizinator. What's happening?
The Dizinator. Everybody, if you guys don't know, Diz Jabber 71 is my brother-in-law. He married my sister. I'm sorry, Christian.
I was gonna say your poor sister. Just kidding, Christian.
But and he is a fantastic vlogger and does amazing stuff. He has trivia on Saturday nights, I think is what he's nope. Trivia's Friday night. Friday nights trivias and Saturday nights is the Disjabber Chats talk show, which is getting ready to launch season 2. I don't think it's out yet, so I don't know if there's anything going this Saturday. But it's awesome. It's a fun time. You're going to have a great time. Hey, Jennifer, Jess, and Wendy's List is here. Oh, it's a party now.
It really is
a party now. Now we got Wendy's List in here. So
whoop whoop
whoop whoop.
I just wanted to do that.
That's why would you do that? I don't know.
Whoop whoop, man.
Yes. And we got Jennifer Jess, if I'm correct here. Fantastic travel agent. Let me know if I'm right. Travel agent. She takes care of the Disjabber.
Travel agent extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire.
You gotta have extraordinaire.
Wendy's List is, I think she's the glue that holds the Disjabber live trivias together.
Yeah.
I don't know if he could pull it off without her, because she does the points. She does this. She does a whole bunch of stuff. She moderates. I mean, it's amazing that shit. And yeah, I think that's how it holds together. Tell me I'm wrong, Christian. Tell me I'm wrong. I don't think I am. I don't think you could do it without her.
No, I don't think you could.
No. So what are we here doing tonight? Dad and Drew are bored.
I'm sure everybody else is as well.
Everybody else is bored as well. So we just like to get together and chat pretty much once a week. And we just pick a topic, something Disney or whatever. And right now I happen to have a couple of videos of some stuff on my computer that I've filmed that I hadn't released yet. So we did the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular last week.
That was good.
And we watched the entire show. It was cool. We kind of like Mystery Science, made comments as it's going and had a little fun with it, but
made fun of it a little bit.
Just
for fun. Not that we don't. Yeah.
We love that show. Absolutely. So you can go back and watch that episode. But this week, it's all about Epcot. We're talking Epcot. Yes. So we're going to talk about what our favorite things to do at Epcot are, foods, rides.
Maybe festivals.
The state of Epcot right now, which is literally like somebody just took a bomb in the middle and wiped it out.
Now, have you seen those pictures? I think they're circulating around.
Oh, the aerial, yeah.
Oh, my word, man. That is insane.
It's insane how much they have just destroyed. And I guess they're rebuilding something big. I've seen the Epcot Forever presentation where they show what's coming and everything, and I'm excited for the Moana land and everything. So
I'm excited for Mary Poppins. But I don't even know what it is.
I've never seen the movie.
Oh my! Are we really having this discussion?
We are gonna. There's a lot of, like, Dad will say I've never seen or done where people look at me like, what?
You gotta see Mary Poppins, man.
I haven't seen the old one.
Ugh.
I haven't seen the new one. I don't really care to.
Well, you don't necessarily have to see the new one, but you got to see the old one, man.
I will repeat it again. I was traumatized by my sister. My sister, throughout her entire high school career, we're 4 years apart. Hey, Pam.
Hey.
Oh, nice to see you, Pam. So we're 4 years apart. So throughout my entire sister's high school career, she decided she was going to do drama. So I got to go and see every single high school level musical ever created. And it burned me to the core to where musicals traumatized me.
Oh, that's terrible, man.
If they burst out into song, I'm like checking out.
No, I get it.
So it's just not my bag. And I can't deal with it.
No, I get it though. I mean, if I was forced to see bad musicals all the time.
I love my sister.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying
high school level musicals are the best.
That's what it is. It's the level. See, for me.
See, I don't even know what. Okay, can somebody tell me what that means?
Cherry Tree Lane, baby. That's from Mary Poppins.
Okay, is that where they live? Is that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I don't know this stuff.
No, but see, for me though, like the musicals, my nana used to record all these movies, and they always end up being musicals, and give it to me as a present. So, like, I have that connection with my nana.
Oh, so you have a good connection.
It's a good, yeah. And it wasn't like I was forced to. So I think I had the choice whether I could watch it, except for I can never ever watch the movie Grease ever again because I have 2 older sisters, and I've seen that movie more times than I've taken breaths in my life.
Very nice.
Horrible. So I feel your pain a little bit.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's what they're doing to the UK. They're Mary Poppins in it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, it's not. And the funny thing is, my daughter, 5 years old, has decided that her whole life is a musical, and she walks around the house just singing what she's doing for the day. And
so there's your irony, man.
There's my irony that I can't stand musicals. She loves musicals. If the movies don't have musical numbers, we don't like the movies. No. And we just sing like a musical all day in the house. And that's what I got.
Could be worse.
It could be.
It just could be worse.
So yeah, musicals are akin to, like, because I was made to go to them, I wasn't real happy about it. It's kind of like me and church.
Yeah,
not a big churchman.
No, yeah,
because I was forced to go.
I have nothing against it.
No,
per se. I was also forced to go, and just anything. Honestly, I think if you're forced to go, you're not going to like it. I know people that I went to school with that were great athletes, but they were forced to play a certain sport,
and they didn't want to play that
one of their parents, and they probably liked it, but they were just kept making them,
right,
even though they didn't. They just lost the passion for it.
Took the fun out of it.
Yeah, they took the fun out of it. It's really what it is. And I think if they beat that, if you're beat over the head with anything repeatedly,
yes,
you're going to be
like, I may not have been the most attentive or well-behaved child.
No, I don't believe it.
Well, I might watch that.
What if they
release Darth Maul, His Life in Song? I might watch that.
Christian, that's a good idea. You should write that to Disney.
The Darth Maul musical.
What'll happen?
Oh my God.
The Darth Maul musical. That's great.
Like I said, I wasn't the greatest. I was probably the only kid who was ever asked not to return to Sunday school. They asked me not to come back. Because one day I organized all the children in the class when the Sunday school teacher left to escape out the window. And and they all ratted me out, of course.
Oh yeah.
So I organized everybody, and it was supposed to be like a joke that we were going to escape, but I was really trying to escape. So after that, they kindly asked that young James does not return.
Which you kind of got what you wanted.
So I was like, all right, this is good.
Oh, darn it.
I couldn't imagine Darth Maul in song, but
I think I could. I think I could see that.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just kind of having a little bit of this conversation with the Diz Jabber today because I watched The Last Jedi. I know this has nothing to do with Epcot. We said it was going to be Epcot. We'll get to Epcot. But I was talking to him about that today, that the new movies are better written, like the dialogue and things like that are better than the prequel movies. Like the original trilogy is the best. I don't think there's almost anyone who doesn't agree that. But between the prequels and the new ones are like better acted and better written. You might not agree with the storylines and things like that, but I think the prequels kind of get a win because they introduced Darth Maul.
Oh, absolutely.
And he is like legit probably the coolest bad guy in all of the Star Wars. Because, Darth Vader was awesome, but in the original movies, he was very slow. And when they had that first lightsaber battle with Darth Maul and Obi-Wan and they're doing all the crazy lightsaber stuff.
Yeah.
That was it. I was like, that's all. And that guy with the horns and the black and red. I mean,
the thing is, I think they got a better idea of like the action people want to see. like moving and action sequences with him.
Well, because that didn't exist in the 70s. You know, that they didn't make those kind of fights. You know, even
that, but also you got
sword fighting was this.
I'm pretty sure Darth Vader's costume in 1977
inhibited that.
Wasn't really movable. You know,
very mobile.
Wasn't mobile at all. So yeah. But no, Darth Maul. Prequels get a win, and I hate the fact that they killed off Darth Maul so quickly.
Yes. But if you're watching Clone Wars, you'll get to see more of Darth Maul.
I know. Got to keep going on that.
Yeah. And he's good in that. I would have been your nightmare. Yes, no, I would have not been you would not have been a happy Sunday school teacher with me.
I would have been an okay kid. I just wanted to shut up. That's my fault. I'd always get in trouble.
Fair enough.
Just talking. I didn't know how to stop talking.
That's crazy. All right. Let's do what we said we were going to do. So our first little thing. Oh, hold on. Got it back to stars. Yes, I have watched the entire season of the Clone Wars with the final episode, and it's amazing. Drew is the man who has never seen an episode of Clone Wars before I talked to him.
Before. Yeah.
And I told him, no. You have to go back and binge watch the Clone Wars series, and you're going to learn so much backstory, and it fills in the gaps between the prequels and the new movies, and it's so good. Yeah,
which I think I'm on episode 10 first season, something like that.
But it's so good. But when you get to the last season, it's bonkers.
Good.
Yeah, it's great. You're going to love it.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. I won't spoil it for you. And I just watched, speaking of Star Wars, the first episode. I'm hoping it's the first of more than one of the Disney Gallery on the making of The Mandalorian.
Yeah, I watched that yesterday.
And they've got all the directors talking back and forth. I'm hoping they show more of the how they made it, because like even if you saw that one little scene where they showed him in the ship, and they've got those giant screens with the stars behind them, like the way they made that series is amazing. They use these giant digital LED screens in a soundstage of like the sand and stuff, so they didn't have to go anywhere. It's awesome.
It's brilliant.
The way they made those is great. But I'm super excited because they announced the directors for season 2.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
And on the list is Robert Rodriguez.
Okay. Nice.
So that is going to be a bonkers episode, because they've been letting each one of them kind of do their own style. So that's why like it was such a weird and cool dichotomy between each episode. Like they almost felt like separate movies, but they were all connected very well.
Yeah, because they were directors.
They were each director's vision and style. So like one was a heavy action person, the other's like more comical. And I was like, these are awesome. But to put Robert Rodriguez's style into Star Wars, I'm assuming it's going to be ultra violent, because that's
only hope
what he does. That's what I can only hope. I'm hoping it's just a murder spree.
Yeah.
And it's going to be amazing. The only thing that would have made me happier is if they would have thrown Tarantino in the list.
Oh my God. Well, I don't even know what kind of rating that would have got.
I can't even imagine him pulling off on Disney Plus.
No, that's what I mean, man. Like a rated T or something. Yeah, they wouldn't be able to handle him.
No. You couldn't. 2 seconds in, there would just be beeps, and then it would go black, and they'd be like, "We're sorry, we can't air this on Disney Plus."
But really cool things happened in it. But
yes, pop culture is my new favorite. I love pop culture, man.
Oh, now which episode have you seen? All of them, or just a few episodes
of what?
Of the pop culture?
No, I haven't seen that one. No.
Oh, you haven't seen any of them?
No.
Oh man, it's super cool. Like one of my all-time favorite movies, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay.
They have like props and stuff, but it's this guy that goes around looking for people that are connected with certain movies. There's like 8 movies.
Is it on Disney Plus?
It's on Disney Plus, yeah.
I read that wrong. I thought it said pop culture. I'm like, yeah, I like pop culture.
No.
I didn't realize it said prop.
Yeah, no, prop culture.
What? They have the Muppets?
Yeah, the Muppets. I just watched that one last night.
I love the Muppet. I have a new series I need to watch as soon as we're done with this.
It is.
All right, guys, it was been cool. All right, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I gotta go watch the show.
I guess I just gotta talk the whole time. You guys don't.
Yeah.
No,
all right, well, let's share this screen. All right, here, let's go. Boom. And yeah, there we go.
Hey, look, we're tiny.
Yes, and we are gonna, hopefully the sound will show in. Do we have any sound?
I do not.
Time to fly. Soarin.
We got sound?
I do. It's a little.
I don't know why I did that. Why did I do that?
Okay, no, it was laggy, but it's all right now.
All right, hold on. Let me double check and make sure that we'll try this again. We're pros at this. We're going to remove this from the stream. All right, let's stop screen share. Let's screen share. All right. This is new for me. All right, share audio. Here we go. Let's see what we got here. I'll turn the audio up.
Fast pass life.
All right, I think we got it, right?
Give it a chance, baby. I think you're gonna like it.
I think we do.
You're gonna see so many cool things.
Oh, first time on it?
It's not like the other one.
Yes, this was her very
Like
first
the other
time going on Soarin'.
Yeah, that could be a little scary.
Yeah, it was a little scary. She was not a fan at first. So okay, yeah, I can hear it. I think I can hear it.
Oh, I can hear it. Yeah.
Okay, good.
That's good.
You can see her. Look how scared she looks.
She's like,
She is
oh my
literally petrified. She was so far back in that seat. She was in the row behind us. She was like, I felt so, but she got into it. I love this ride.
Oh, I do too. Now, did you guys get the middle row or did you get one of the side? You know what
No,
I mean?
we were pretty much towards the middle.
Towards the middle.
And to me, the best part is the smell-o-vision part of this that they've done.
Absolutely, man.
That they add the smells as like you go through the the one that gets me the most is the grass.
Yep.
In like
with
Australia,
the
when you
savannah
can
or
smell
whatever.
that fresh grass.
Yep.
I love it.
I like it too when they had the older one when they had the orange. When you go
Yes.
through the orange groves.
When it was soaring over
Is that California? Was it
California, because it was all over orange groves and stuff.
Oh, love it.
But I love this ride. It's so cool. And once again, I've never done the Flight of Passage, which I hear is like this on steroids.
Absolutely is. Absolutely is. This is nice and relaxing because, you know, when you get older, sometimes you don't want to. Right there, I can smell. I can smell the.
I can smell the grass right now. I love it. Oh, hi, Kachita.
Hey, oh, she said I'm perfect.
Yes,
Oh,
she's, you or the, I don't know what she's talking, maybe you. Oh, I lost Drew. I see him, but I don't hear him. Say something, Drew.
What's up?
Oh, there you go. But yeah, this is such just iconic ride to me at Epcot. I would do this every time if I could.
Oh, I would too if the waits weren't always, you know, sometimes a little too long.
Yeah, you got to grab a fast pass.
Yeah.
I'm a fast pass or die kind of guy. Like if I don't get a fast pass for a lot of things, I'm not doing it.
I'll do it if it's just like, you know, 20 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yeah, 2015. I'm not a big wait in line guy, especially with a 5-year-old
Oh, yeah, that's even.
who's not really cool with riding and waiting in long lines when there's not something going on.
Oh, hit Mickey.
Yeah. Hey, Mickey, where was it?
Oh, the what do you call it? Hot air balloons, man.
Oh, okay, it's on the hot air balloon. Okay. Well,
Oh my god. And
That
just
was
so
scary.
you know, did you know Jack Sparrow? I tell my kids this all the time. They hate it. But Jack Sparrow's on the beach. He's one of those people on the beach to the right. And you can't see it because it's so fast.
really?
Yeah.
And is Moana in the boats?
I don't know. No, but I had seen it. Yeah. It's Jack Sparrow. He's on that island. This is my favorite part right here, though. I don't know
Section B, first rolled.
Yeah.
I think she means row.
why. No, roll, maybe roll. Yeah, no.
It's the way we roll.
That's the way we roll. Yeah, no, it's the that's the section that you want because when you get to the sides, have you noticed like you get that like curvature?
You get too much of the curve. Like this. See how the Eiffel Tower is kind of.
Well, that's not how it normally is.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, look at that. But I love that at the end. I love they have Epcot.
Yes, here we go. The ending here is just amazing, and the fireworks.
Oh yeah,
and you can't even say this is a hidden Mickey because it's so obvious.
Right. But oh my god, I get so excited at the end.
Right there, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
The least hidden of hidden Mickeys. This she thought was awesome, like being inside the fireworks.
Oh yeah.
Finally, she was like, "Yes, this is awesome. I'm in. I'm all in. This is good."
And it's so funny because you don't realize why.
Whoa. That got loud.
That was awesome. That made me feel like I was in the fireworks, dude.
Yes.
Go to youtube.com.
And I like this part.
Oh, yeah,
I like her.
Yeah.
Be sure to like.
Can't wait to do that again, man.
I know. I am so ready.
I double dog dare.
No, you look so cute there, Jamie.
I thought they fit me well.
They really do. Well, it brings out your eyes quite a bit.
Yes. So that there was our little digital trip to Disney for the day. We went and did a little Soarin'. I've got Turtle Talk with Crush, but we don't need to do that because I'd just rather sit here and BS a little bit.
Yeah.
And talk. So let's talk Epcot.
Let's talk turkey, baby.
Turkey.
Oh.
Now, I haven't had it.
Ooh.
Apparently during the festivals, they have a pretty good turkey and gravy and cranberry sauce dish over in the Americas.
Like the Thanksgiving. It's like
basically like a Thanksgiving. During the festival holidays, there's a Thanksgiving style dish there. I think the Diz Jabber had it on his challenge video.
Real? Okay, yeah. I think you're right.
And I haven't had that one, and I'm a big Thanksgiving meal person.
Yeah.
So that's one I wouldn't mind trying.
And that was in the American Pavilion?
The American Pavilion. Okay. Tell me I'm wrong or not. Epcot is now just a solid festival. There's really no reason to go to Epcot unless for the festivals, because there's always a festival.
Yeah. No, well, it feels weird. Honestly, it actually feels weird when there isn't a festival.
Yes.
You go in and you're like,
where are the food booths?
Yeah. There's something missing. And I think I heard people complain about that like, oh, Epcot's just turned into a festival. And I'm like, that's awesome. I love it. I absolutely.
It doesn't take away anything from the Epcot-iness of the park. So how could you not like? I mean, the only thing.
Crowds, man.
But that's the whole point.
Yeah. Oh, I have no problem with it. I think
it's Disney. They want crowds. Hello?
Yeah. No, but I think it's the people, that want
a slower pace.
Well, and the thing is, it's Disney's not that anymore.
No.
You know what I mean? It's just not that.
There used to be an off season.
Well,
there is no off season anymore in Disney.
No, well, a lot of
except for right now, which was the really off season, but
which it's like a ghost town. But no, I heard people talking about like October used to be kind of
you used to be able to
like a lull.
Yeah, there would be a lull in October,
and then they were like, "Hey, let's do Halloween things."
Jen Jess, if you are still here, I don't know if you are. What used to be the slow points for Disney that people used to think were there but aren't there anymore? I know that it used to be a little bit slower in the like the hotness of the summer. That's why they would black out, when kids are off school, they would first, but then as soon as kids went back to school, I think it was supposed to get slow in like January, February or something like that.
Yeah, I would say January. That would be my guess. So like if it was October,
like after New Year's, it was supposed to get slow again, but they've got a steady stream of stuff now where there is no slow point.
No, you just might get a lucky day that
you might get a lucky day.
People went to, whatever, Animal Kingdom and you ended up going to Hollywood and they just, you know what I mean? Well, because like for us, excuse me, we thought it was going to be a dead time when Veronica's mom came down and we were like, oh, cool. We'll go over to Hollywood Studios. And in our minds, yeah, it'll be fine. And it would have been had not all of the cheerleading competition girls decided to go to Hollywood Studios that day. It was like,
oh my God,
it was absurd, man. I think it was like 100. What was it? It was like 130 minutes for Tower of Terror. 130 minutes. And we were just like, the problem was too, there was so many people in that park and the park's small.
Yeah.
There's only so many things that, you know what I mean? There's only so many attractions, so many things to do that everybody can, everybody's going to what they're going to.
Yeah.
It's just jam packed. It was insane. It was absolutely insane. Yeah, but you're right. There is no.
So there's no slow period anymore. So get over that.
Yeah.
But I love the festivals,
Dude.
because the small bite plates
Yes.
of food and eating around the world, to me, is the most fun thing I could ever do at a Disney park.
Dude, well, and that right there, that's what you and I love to do together.
Yeah.
That's what, I get excited.
It's just to do the festival challenges and eat around the world, because you get to try all these little things and you don't have to buy an entire plate of something.
Right. No, and it really doesn't break the bank like we talked about before. It's like, something will be $5.50, $6.50, maybe $8 if it was something like a lobster tail. Or
the lobster, yeah, they'll get a little pricey, and $9. I think the most I've ever seen was what, 10 something, 11.
But still, you got to realize you're getting, for the most part, quality stuff.
Yes, unless it's a German cookie.
Or a Canadian cookie, man.
We can't talk about Epcot without talking about A, the German cookie, and B, the Canadian cookie. And I think Canada, I'm sorry, Canada, you guys win the award so far for worst country in the festivals.
Yes.
Because not only did you screw up the pinwheel cookie in the Festival of the Holidays, but then in the Festival of the Arts, you guys took a ladle of pond water and made pond water panna cotta and called it rose water panna cotta. But it was just panna junk.
Beautiful, though.
Beautiful. I mean, it was gorgeous.
Yes, it was. It was a beautiful product. Just not taste-wise.
Tasted horrible.
Not taste-wise, but it reminded me of, because I've worked, in food for long enough where it's like, you go to a catering event or something like that, and they always have these really cool petit fours.
Yes.
The little desserts. They look gorgeous. I hate them so much. They taste disgusting. Because I've constantly working with them. Yeah. I'll be like, oh, that looks good. And I can try stuff out and see what it tastes like. And I try it and I'm like, that is horrendous. It looks gorgeous. Right. It's just bad. So maybe they're made.
To me, anything you put fondant on is terrible.
So you don't like fondant either?
Oh, no.
I
don't think it's actually edible.
No. Well,
it's not supposed to be eaten. I'm sorry. They can tell you that it's supposed to be eaten, but it's not.
Well,
if you offered somebody a scoop of fondant or a scoop of buttercream,
give me that buttercream.
Everybody's going to take the buttercream. 100%.
Except for Veronica. She loves fondant.
No, that person doesn't exist.
Yeah, she loves fondant. She told me that the other day because I was complaining about it because I hate it. I hate working with it. I hate the look of it. I know people make these cakes and stuff.
They want it because it's smooth.
But I look at it and I'm like, it's not even a cake anymore. It's basically a sculpture out of clay. That's all you're doing. It's just clay.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that it's not awesome. They make some beautiful stuff out of it.
There's some really cool things you can do with it. But
absolutely. But you know who we blame fondant on?
The French.
The Germans.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Fondant is German.
It's a German invention. Damn.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so they get another strike against them for that.
They do. So they have fondant, and they got
got fondant, but they didn't try to serve me a dish of fondant at the festival for $11.
That's true.
Because that panna cotta thing was also the most expensive item on the entire festival walk.
That's
wonderful quality hashtag passport foodie thing.
Foodie thingy.
Yeah. So, see, but if it was nothing but sugar, I would probably like it, Pam. Because I love sugar. I'm not one of those people who will say something is too sweet, but it is not tasty. It doesn't. It
tastes weird to me.
It has a weird texture, and it doesn't taste sweet to me. It's not sweet enough.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is. When I try eating it, I feel like I'm a 5-year-old in kindergarten eating Play-Doh.
Yeah.
I really do. It does. While I'm doing it, I'm looking around, should I be eating this? Is it okay?
Where's the glue? Can I glue instead of the Play-Doh, please? I'm a glue kid.
I would eat that glue over fondant, probably. Yeah. I think I would.
So the German cookie, go back and watch our festival vlog. Yes. And they served us what they called a Linzer, I think, cookie is what they called it. Yeah. And it was beautiful. it had this like star shape on it, and it had like a jelly in the middle and what was looking like powdered sugar. And it
looked really pretty.
It really looked really nice.
Yep.
And yes, fondant is rubbery, and that's probably why I don't enjoy it. But it looked really nice.
Yeah.
And then you took one bite of it, and it was like biting into the Sahara. I mean, the driest thing you could put in your mouth ever. Kids play sand would be a good textural comparison.
No, it really was. But it was instantaneous. It was like you took the bite and you took like
it disintegrated it. Yeah, it disintegrated into sand. It wasn't like you bit and had to chew it down to sand. No. You bit and it went sand in your mouth. like a dye pack if you were a criminal stealing some money and you put it in your bag and boom, red dye everywhere.
Right in your coming out your nose.
Yeah, it was terrible. That was a terrible one. The only saving grace was it had that little jelly in the middle.
Yeah.
Like if you could cut the rest of the cookie around and just eat that little jelly part, it would probably have been okay. Well, my father apparently liked the cookie. I don't understand how anybody could have liked that cookie.
Maybe your father had like a whole bunch of milk in his mouth while he ate it.
Somebody who's very moist in the mouth area, man. Maybe you could just absorb all that.
It just dried me out.
The second cookie from the festivals that you have to acknowledge is the pinwheel cookie.
Yes.
And this was in Canada, and it was a beautiful peppermint pinwheel. It was very pretty, very Instagram worthy. Mm-hmm. And I don't even know how to explain why it was bad. I like peppermint.
But you know what? It was for me? It was like I don't like excuse me, I don't like it when I can taste extract in things. Because extract has this like alcohol medicine-y chemical taste to it. Instant, as soon as I like bit into it and I got the flavor, it was like, oh my God, this is just extract. I'm tasting.
And it had a weird texture to it.
Yeah.
The cookie had no flavor.
No.
You could have just been eating, except for the peppermint extract. And it was terrible. It made it to the trash.
Yes, it did.
And it was that bad. So Canada got the 2 strikes from the festivals on the cookie and the panna cotta. German had a good fish dish for the festival of the arts. They had a good fish dish, so that was good. Other than them trying to give me the nub of fish. And
you got the worst cut. This thing looked so sad compared to mine. Mine was like this huge piece of fish.
And the worst part was they gave you the brochure photo food.
Oh, it absolutely was. That was like the Instagram.
It was the Instagram photo that they post on the Disney World app. Mm-hmm. It was the perfect portion and beautifully made food. And they handed me what looked like they chopped the end off the edge of the fillet and threw 3 veggies down and said, "Here you go."
Yep.
Here. And thankfully they Disneyed it for me because I could not do it. I was like, excuse me. Can you see this versus this?
You see the problem?
That doesn't work for me for what I just paid for that. And they're like, here, take another one and keep the old one. That's Disney, man.
Oh, no. And that's what I was going to say, too. Like, with the price of things, how we're saying, like, maybe, $9. I mean, I wouldn't return the panna cotta because I didn't like it. Like, right. No, you know what I mean? Like, that's
maybe somebody else liked it.
There was other people that said it was great. It was great, and they loved the taste of that rose water, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, but if you get something bad at Disney, that's what I love. Like, if you legitimately are like, hey, listen, my thing was cold or this was that, it's like they don't even care. They're like, yeah, here, have another one.
Have 2 more, have 3 more, have a dessert on us.
Yeah, no, and that's what I love about Disney, man. And you don't because I don't abuse it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't just do it just to do it. It's like I will, and I rarely do it because they're
and even just in regular restaurants, I'm not usually a send food back kind of guy.
No, me neither. Because I don't want to spit in it.
Exactly. Road Trip, the guy with the French toast going down the back of his pants.
Man. Oh, God.
No. Yeah. Nope. I'm good. I'll just eat this. I'm good.
Yep. I'll eat what you prepared for me.
Like, and that's like the people's tastes are so wide in variety Like one of my favorite dishes over at the Festival of the Arts was one that everybody hated apparently when I went and looked it up to try to recreate how to make it. It was the chicken pollo alla pappardelle or something like that.
No, where was that?
Over in Italy.
Okay.
And all it was really was a fried chicken leg. So they Frenched a chicken leg and they fried it.
Like
and
kissed it?
Yeah, yeah.
French.
You know what Frenching a
no, I actually don't.
Okay, it's where you take the chicken leg and then you cut all the meat off the back, so it's like a really clean bone out the back, and then it just has
I got you. Yeah,
the chicken.
It looks really nice.
It looks really pretty.
It looks really pretty.
Yeah. So they did that. They Pepe Le Pew'd it.
Yeah.
And so they did that, and they deep fried it, and they stuffed it with ricotta cheese, if you're American.
Mm-hmm.
And then they served it over a spicy red sauce.
Ooh, that sounds good.
It was so good. And it and like the breading was hey,
what's going on, Zach?
And I had it's schmalzer, right? Schmalzer,
dude. Yeah, you bet.
I got it.
We got to get it right now. He'll yell.
He said it once before, so I got to get it. But so that dish to me, I thought it was fantastic. I cleaned it to the bone. It was so good. And like, it wasn't like a Kentucky fried chicken, like fried chicken. It was like a very light crusted.
Like, was it like the skin kind of crispy?
Yeah, very crispy. Yeah. And I thought it was great. And it was like $8 or $9. It wasn't cheap for a chicken leg over pasta, there wasn't even pasta, but over red sauce.
Yeah.
And like, as I'm walking in line to get it, like some lady walking by is like, that thing's awesome. I love it. Like, but then I went to look it up online and people were like, this thing was overpriced. It was ridiculous. It was terrible. It's just a fried chicken leg. And I'm like,
yeah, but it's not
like
like you're going to make it your house.
No, it's not. So I was like, everyone's got their opinion, and that's why, like, I won't, if something I thought tasted terrible. Now, if something was raw, obviously poorly cooked,
especially
chicken, then yes, I will not eat that. And I might say, I would just take that off the bill.
Yeah.
And, but that almost I've never had a undercooked chicken or anything like. They can screw up a steak. People will medium rare, medium well. There's a lot of leniency in between those on steaks.
Yeah.
So you can tell somebody you want something medium and it'll come out too pink for somebody.
Right.
That can happen.
Too well done or too
well done or whatever.
But the thing with that though, it's not. I don't want to say it's not dangerous. I mean, you could.
Yes, you could basically sear the outside of a steak and eat it almost raw.
Yeah, right.
And the odds of getting sick of that are very low because the bacteria on the meat is only on the outside.
Exactly. But when it comes to chicken,
chicken's a killer.
Chicken is. It's. I don't mess with chicken. Got to have it cooked. Got to make sure it's cooked.
I was watching a show on Netflix, Ugly Delicious. And it's this one chef from New York, and he tasted somebody's chicken marinade.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, she's like, no, that's my raw chicken marinade. You don't want to eat that. He's like, I don't care. What? I was like, oh my God, this guy's gangster.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's one of the Korean chefs. He's real famous. The guy who did Mamafuko.
Okay.
In New York, but he's like, I don't care. I do it all the time. It's fine.
Must have iron gut.
Iron gut, man. Iron
gut guy. Wow.
So my favorite restaurant in Epcot, of course, is the Via Napoli,
which I haven't been at.
Which you haven't been at, which you have to.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna go there. We're gonna get some pizza. It's gonna be epic. But that's like probably my favorite food. That's like my favorite place to get food restaurant. But my favorite just the restaurant is the Living Seas.
Now, that's the one over near the Nemo ride.
Near the Nemo ride. You go past the Nemo to the right, and it's the giant aquarium. And then like sometimes there will be divers in there. And it is the coolest restaurant experience that you can have.
Well, it's crazy though, because I never even knew that was there until you told me. And I looked, and then I went, and I'm like, "Oh my God, there's a rest." How did I walked by there a million times?
Yeah, it's tucked in the corner.
But I just never looked over there. It was
no,
just, the Nemo ride, and then moving on.
And it is legitimately the coolest restaurant.
Now, what was the price on that? Like, how much is it?
It's, in your $20, range per an entree, because it's all high-end fish and steaks and things like that. But of course they got, kids check meals and things like that. And they do have some $15 entrees, I think, some type stuff.
Yeah. But you're paying for that ambiance.
You're paying for that, man. I mean, it's so cool to be just sitting there and this giant shark just comes rolling by.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's the tunnel from Nemo. Like there's and then the aquarium's on the other side of that. And you can get like a really good seat right next to the thing. And it's just such a fun time. Like that's my favorite restaurant to go to there. I'll get the pizza. I want to eat the pizza. But if I was going to have like an experience, that's it right there.
Yeah. See, when we go back, I also want to go eat inside of the Mexican
pavilion.
Well, it's a pavilion, but it's the
temple,
the temple or whatever, the pyramid, whatever it's called. I want to go in there because that vibe in there, man. Oh my God.
We've eaten in there before. Their food's pretty good in there too. It's pretty decent Mexican food.
Yeah.
I've said before, like that ride, they could delete it and it wouldn't bother me at all.
See, I understand why. The reason why that ride holds, it's something personal for me, because my son, when he was like 3 or 4, wouldn't go on any ride. I talked him into going on that ride. He went on it once and he lost his mind. He was like, oh my God, it's the Donald Duck ride. And we ended up going on that ride probably 9 times, literally 9 times in a row. We got off the ride.
Oh my God.
Back on it. And it was the awesomest experience to watch his little face. Just, oh my goodness, this is the coolest thing ever.
That's cool. That's cool.
But I know that like some people have their, emotions tied to some of this stuff.
Oh,
like for me, can I tell you a ride that I just don't like it is the Jungle Cruise.
See, I can't understand that. That's such a classic ride to me. Plus, like, I am literally bathed in corny jokeness. So the fact that it's just built around a stream of corny jokes,
sure,
to me is just fantastic.
I get it. Like, but for some reason, for me, I don't know why. Because
I would have paid money to have been on it when the boats were sinking.
When it was sinking. See, I take it back. I would like that ride if I could have been on it while it was sinking.
If I could have been on it while it was sinking, and if the captain stayed in character and was just making jokes the whole time, all right, I've had my entire Disney experience. I'm so happy.
Yeah, well, I wonder if they get fired if they get out of character.
I don't know.
They have to stay in character no matter what. That's what I thought.
I hope so. But yeah, so
sorry,
because there's rumors that they're going to turn that into like a Coco experience ride.
Yeah,
and we didn't even finish Coco. I don't even know what happens at the end of the movie. I just know he goes to the dead world.
My God, you need to finish that movie.
Dude. I'll have to watch it by myself, only because, and it wasn't a because of like we didn't like it thing, or I didn't like it, or the music or whatever. Literally, they crossed over and there were skeletons, and my daughter went, no, we're turning this off. No,
I get that.
I didn't know that was happening.
Yeah. I get it.
Like 3 or something, so she was like, no,
not having that. No, I get that. No, but you got to finish it, man. I've watched it 3 or 4 times, and each time I am crying at the end.
You're not. There's dust in the room.
I mean, no.
There's a little bit of dust.
You're crying. You're crying. No, but it just amazing movie, man.
I have angered Kachita, apparently.
Great. Now I'm going to be sleeping on the couch, dude. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah. So if they Coco'd the ride, I'd be fine with that. That's fine. It wouldn't bother me.
No, and honestly, I wouldn't mind it if they like did that kind of thing. Like I like classic rides, but I also understand you have to update things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like keep it relevant. I get that. You got to kind of.
And I know there's a large swath of people who are very mad that they are Disney-fying Epcot.
Like, what do you mean by that?
okay, the fact that they took away the Matterhorn Norway ride and turned it into Frozen.
Yeah.
It's no longer like a real country, and it's fantasy.
Yeah.
And that, they're going to do like Ratatouille in France as opposed to like a real French experience, and that they're adding Disney-ness to everything, and it's not the original concept, which was like really touring. Would it be like to tour those countries if you went there? But it really wasn't what it was like to be. I've never been to Italy, but I'm sure it's a lot cooler than going to the Epcot Italy.
Well, Veronica's brother's been to Italy, and he said it's pretty similar. But I mean, it's not Italy, man.
It's not Italy. So if you want to make something Disney-fied, if it's done well.
I say Disney it up, as long as, like you said, done well, and just be tasteful. Like respect that country's, heritage and all. Like Coco, man. I mean, like the Mexican culture, like that movie was made. You know what I mean? Like they put their heart and souls into that. That's full Mexican. And it was like, put that in the Mexican pavilion.
Right? And because I think it accomplishes a couple things. Kids don't care about the learniness of it when they're at a certain age.
No,
they're just like, I want to see my Disney stuff.
Yep.
And if it can, if you can make the Mary Poppins, England Mary Poppins, and a kid's really excited that it's Mary Poppins, and then they want to go in and go through more of the stuff in England, that's how you drag them in.
Right.
You got to trick them.
Don't force them.
No, don't force them.
See, we went
trick
back.
them.
Trick the heck out of them.
Heck out of them.
You know what though? You know what my theory is with that you're talking about people getting upset about them Disneyfying Epcot. This is my theory: is that there's a lot of old. I don't want to say older. I just mean like people our age, maybe in their 50s, 60s. Older. What they don't want, kids. Yeah, they want to go around and have their beverages, which, I mean, that's fine.
They always considered it the adult park.
Right, which that's absurd.
It's Disney.
Because what was Walt's idea? A place for kids.
Yeah, and adults to be kids.
To like and to intermingle, dude. But and I think that's kind of what people are probably irritated about. Yeah. They don't want to see strollers, and they don't want to see little kids, and it's just like
I want to be able to be dead drunk, stumbling around the world,
which is just
not the funnest thing. I mean, have a drink or two, do your drinking around the world. That's fine, but don't get to the point where you're belligerently drunk around Epcot. And I've seen some belligerently drunk around Epcot people.
I have too, and I was actually in line with my son a couple of years ago, and I remember there was these 3 girls that were probably mid-20s, and they were so drunk and obnoxious, and but they were like this close to me and my son, like being really vulgar, and you know what I mean? And it was just like, this is not Disney. Well, my son, you can tell.
The screaming children, I put that more on the parents than any of Disney's fault. Control your kids.
Oh yeah, no, screaming kids. No, you gotta learn them.
Yeah, you gotta take them out of the restaurant. Before I had kids, it would very much annoy me if there would be a kid and they're doing something. I'm at a restaurant and they're annoying me. And I used to get annoyed with the kid.
Yeah.
But then after I had kids, I realized, okay, yeah, they're just a kid. Yep. Kids do that.
Right.
It's on the parent.
Oh yeah.
So as soon as thankfully my daughter was always very well behaved, and we got lucky that she never really acted out or did anything to the point where we would ever have to. But you just get up and you take the child out of the restaurant as soon as it starts to become
an issue.
And so what? You don't get to enjoy your meal. I spent, and that's one thing also we have to do when it opens back up. Are you aware of magical dining in Florida? Do you know what that is?
I don't think I know what that is. What is that?
Okay, every year around the end of September, it's like August, September-ish, August, September, October, I forget the dates. But all of the restaurants get together and they do this thing called Magical Dining Month. And it's all the nice restaurants get together and they do a 3-course menu for $33.
Okay.
And it's like a prefixed menu.
Okay.
So you can go into like a really high-end restaurant like the Double Eagle Chop House and get like a steak, an appetizer, and a dessert for $33.
Wow.
And, you know, there's some really nice restaurants in there, some Disney restaurants and things like that. And and a little bit of money goes to charity.
Yeah.
And you get a fantastic meal at your, you know, this restaurant. But so we went to the Double Eagle Steakhouse over on I Drive, and I'm a steak dude. Like, steak is my thing. If I was allowed to order it every time, I would order it every time.
But your wife says no.
And she's like, too much red meat. But
gotta listen to the boss.
I gotta do what I gotta do. So there was a time when my daughter was she wanted to watch videos, and she was just being like fidgety. She wouldn't sit still. It was being a problem. Nobody could eat their meal. So I spent my entire meal in our van with her watching YouTube videos, just because I felt like it was ruining other people's dining experiences for her to be annoyed and wanted to play her videos and be loud and all that stuff. I was like, no, we're not doing that. So I went into the van and I sat in the van for the evening with her, because I didn't want it to annoy other people.
No, and that's the thing that people don't understand. When you have a kid, that is what you have to do when you have a kid. Like, I'm sorry.
You signed up for it. You brought them to this restaurant, and too bad it didn't work out for you this time.
Yeah, maybe next time. No, and I've had those. I wasn't even eating, but I mean, it was years ago when my oldest, he was maybe 4 or 5, and he was losing his mind in the grocery store. Losing his mind. I don't even remember what it was all about. It doesn't even matter. But he was losing his mind, and like people are like, you can tell people are uncomfortable because he's throwing this fit. And I had a whole cart full of stuff, and it was just one of those things where I was just like, left the cart, grabbed him, I'm like, we're gone, and I just left the store. Like, and that's where parents need to know, like, that is your responsibility. You can't just tune it out. I
will see a parent just let a kid go full bore meltdown for like 15 minutes in the park, screaming and yelling, and they don't even acknowledge the kid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you've just given up on life.
No, they're like, it's like, no, I don't hear nothing. Like, they just tune it out, man.
Funny story. I'll tell you a little bit about me as a child. I was a little precocious. So we moved around a lot because my dad built hotels. So we moved from place to place to place. And at one point we lived in Key West, Florida. And my grandparents lived with me, and my Italian grandfather was with me. And we went to this little mini mart store. I forgot. I think I was maybe 3, old enough to run around and talk and do stuff. Yeah. 2 to 3, somewhere in that range. And I literally went on a tear in this store. I was running around, knocking down things off shelves, just being a little jerk. And my grandfather grabbed me, and he put me over his knee, and he started spanking me right there in the middle of the store.
He didn't give a crap.
And no, he's old Italian man. He don't give a crap. Man.
Old school.
Whatever. There was no children's services. There was none of that. It was just, so he's just laying into me. And this lady walks up to him and he goes, "Don't you do that to that child, that poor child." And I looked her in the eye and I said, "Don't you yell at my grandpa." So I'm getting the whooping, and I'm yelling at the lady for yelling at him.
Stop interrupting us.
Stop interrupting. I'm handling this. I couldn't. I was a handful.
Oh my God. But right there, old school, man. But I don't want to get into the whole, because people get weird about
stuff. Different time, different thing. I've never raised a hand on my child at all. I haven't had to.
No, you didn't have to.
No, she gets, if I tell her I'm disappointed, she just goes into complete bawling mode. It's so hard to parent her sometimes.
That's the trick. You
don't yell. It's hard to parent her sometimes, because literally you'd be like, pick up that toy, and she'll go, "No!" Like, I didn't even raise my voice. I just told you to pick up a toy. Why are we in a meltdown? And she doesn't cry loud. Like, she just like whimpers. It's like,
oh, that's even worse. You'd almost
breaks your heart.
You'd almost rather have her scream from the top of her lungs, because then you're like, oh, you're being a jerk anyway.
Yes. Then you can feel bad about it, but then you're like, I've scarred my child over this one toy that I just wanted her to pick up.
And you end up picking it up, don't you?
Yes.
Yes, you do.
Oh, the mom look. I love the mom look. My mom was so good at, and is, like I said, is a different time when she would have the phone. So she'd be on the phone talking to somebody, and then I would do something horrible and annoy her. And literally she would go from perfectly like perfect housewife to top of her lungs, screaming, yelling, and then, okay, so what were we doing? And like literally flipped a switch, and you wouldn't know from 1 second to the other that it happened. She just put her hand over the phone, over the receiver, lay into me. Okay, I'm back.
Well, what were you saying, Judy?
I was like, oh my God.
Now that's epic, man. That's
that was my mom, man. So
yeah, my mom never really yelled at me.
No, barely ever. My dad, literally, I think one time in my entire life I ever saw my dad lose his cool.
Yeah, ever. Your dad seems like a really mellow dude. I like your dad.
He is, but my dad is the one time he did lose his cool.
You were scared out of your boots.
The absolute bejesus was scared out of me.
Yep.
To the point where I was like, who is this man? Because my dad was like Mr. Mellow his whole life, and he lost it once. And like I've seen him like lay into people in a business aspect, and I'm like, it just didn't register that this man could do that.
I'm telling you, man, it's never confuse, kindness with weakness. Because
yes,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh yeah, totally mellow guy. Yeah, don't make that guy mad because he doesn't get mad often, but when he does,
that's exactly like
you pushed him over the limit.
Yep.
Man. You pushed him over the limit.
I'm like, my dad may not get mad a lot, but when you push him too far, it's not a good sign.
He gets scary.
Run.
Scary. Well, I don't ever want to make your dad mad at me then. No, I'm going to be nice to him. I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to make him gluten-free cookies.
He would love you for that.
I will. So, next time to you, Dad.
Okay, what's your favorite ride at Epcot?
Ooh. Oh, geez, man. My favorite ride at Epcot. See, a lot of people go with Test Track, which I do like, but that's honestly, I'd have to say right now, and it's going to be funny to you, I'm sure. Right now, I think my favorite ride at Epcot would have to be the Frozen ride.
Okay, that's not a bad choice.
Well, but it's crazy because I do not like either Frozen movies. I'm not a big fan. No,
you don't have girls.
No, but everybody says like, oh, it's because it's girly. No, I don't mind girly stuff. I watch like Little Mermaid. I've watched 1 million times. I love it. Beauty and the Beast. I love it. Okay. There's just something about Frozen. I don't know what it is. I just don't like it, but I love that ride. It's such a fun ride. It's simple. It's easy.
Yep.
And I think I also love the waiting queue when you're walking in there.
Walking through the house.
It's like, the
so
snow
nice.
and the tree. It just they did such a nice job with everything.
And it's like a little village. It's cool.
You're like in a little village, and like I don't even mind. Like we were saying,
that's the total future of rides.
It really is.
They are working that into where the line is part of the attraction, and I'm all down with that because the line is the worst part.
It's just brilliant because have you been in the queue line on Peter Pan? Have you gone through
that? Recently.
Because they have like it's a little interactive kind of thing.
Okay.
But you're like you're in Wendy's house, and then you are outside in like near Nana's little,
Okay, no, maybe I have, and I just don't remember it. Because I know we've done Peter Pan. I know we've done that ride, which is ridiculous. That ride has a line, like 120-minute wait for Peter freaking Pan.
Do you know why though? I was seeing I forget what I was watching. They were talking about that, like why people still wait in line for Peter Pan. And it's because you have like Winnie the Pooh that used to be, what was it? The Toad's Wild Ride?
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, yeah.
So that original got changed. And then there was another one, I forget. What was the other one?
So it's a nostalgia thing.
It's like the last dark ride original.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like whatever I saw, they were talking about like it's the last dark ride original that people want to go because it is. I mean, it's that nostalgia.
I went on this when I was a kid. I want to go on it again.
And I want my kids
to go on it
and all that kind of stuff, you know. But yeah, like for me, we always walk by and I'm like, unless we have a fast pass, I'm not getting in that line. Absolutely not. But hey, what's your favorite ride at Epcot?
It's cheesy. I'd have to say Soarin'. I love doing it every time.
Oh, that ain't cheesy though. That's such a
my
great ride.
Second favorite ride will trip people out and they think I'm lying.
Hold on, let me guess. Let me guess.
Okay.
The Nemo ride.
No. And I actually told it to the Diz Jabber when I did his talk show when he asked me what my favorite ride was, and I told him it was my favorite, and he thought I was pulling his leg. Even though it's my second, I was like, no, it's not my favorite ride. Soarin's my favorite ride. But I really enjoy living with the land.
Oh my God, dude, are you kidding me? You know what? I think I totally forgot about living with the land.
I really enjoy that ride.
No, I am with you on that 100%, dude. I got to say, I have a tie for first. It would have to be Frozen, and I totally space living with the land.
The fact that you can get on it at any time with no wait almost at any time is amazing. I love it. Mm-hmm. It's so chill. There's so many hidden Mickeys throughout it. And the whole gardening aspect of it, to me, being a food guy, is awesome.
Yeah. Oh, see, for me, I grow plants. Like I grow.
We just started gardening.
Oh,
again, I've killed a bunch of things a lot of times.
Yeah,
I had a little garden in my own house, and I grew tomatoes that grew great the first time and then got attacked by tomato worms. And I literally wanted to light my entire garden on fire because I was like, I can't deal with this. They're killing me.
Oh my God. No, absolutely love gardening, dude. But that's what gets me. Like I'm also a food person, but the gardening aspect, like I remember going on that ride for the first time and I'm looking around and I'm like, oh my God, they have like
work it must take to put into this and keep these looking awesome and producing real food that they use throughout the parks.
And it's not easy stuff, man. They have like 8 gourds coming down and the way they're doing the tomatoes with like making it, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, over the trellises and stuff.
Yeah, and so it's not just like growing up normal. And then what was it? There's I think it's a watermelon or a pumpkin. Maybe Veronica knows. Veronica, let me know if you remembered that they like have like a little Mickey Mouse like
plastic thing they grow it into.
Yeah, they grow it into it, exactly.
And it grows. You can grow watermelons that way. You can shape watermelons.
Some other things like that.
Yeah.
Excuse
pumpkins, me. You can grow pumpkins into shapes.
Yeah, but it's just absolutely brilliant. That is such a nice ride. Yes. And also when you get older, I love chill rides, man. Yes. I sit there and I can drink my coffee.
I got my AC.
Yeah.
I'm not in the heat.
Well,
but I love that ride. So like I've got basil kind of growing from cuttings right now. We just started cilantro.
Oh my God.
I'm regrowing green onions. We've got we threw sunflowers and I got garlic growing now and ginger. Nice.
What?
You can regrow garlic from store-bought garlic. Did you know that?
I actually did know that. Yes, I've never done it.
We're doing it right now. Yeah, okay. I did it in the little cup of water and it started sprouting. So now it's in the dirt. So we'll see how it goes. But so, my problem is I get crazy when I start something.
Oh, me too.
So I went from like, oh, let's regrow these green onions to I now have 3 grow lights in my my dining room over these things. And I was literally looking into a hydroponic setup. Like my wife's like, stop.
No, but you know what? No, but that's what happens when you go on that ride, man. You start looking at the way they have their stuff set up, and it's like, oh my God, I could totally get like PVC piping.
Yeah. My wife was literally like, stop. We're just growing a couple things.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, Veronica, I'm better now, but we'd go.
I'm better now.
I'm better now. I can like control myself a little bit. No, before, man, it'd be like we'd go to the plant place and I'd be like, I want 7 of those and 20 of them. And we'd have like all this stuff. She's like, are you seriously gonna need all that? But yeah, no, I have tomatoes right now. Also have the green onions.
Inside or outside?
I'm outside.
Okay, you got tomatoes outside? Oh, I can't deal with the bugs, man.
Right
They
now,
killed me.
right now, knock on wood, mine are in pots.
Okay. Even in pots, I had those stupid tomato hornworms.
Big
greeny ones. And you had to pick them off and just.
Yeah. I know. Those are the worst. I didn't know they had them down here.
They do.
We have them bad up in Maine.
Yeah, I got them bad the one time. And I was like, that's it. Like literally was ready to. And I didn't. Now I know a little bit more. Like I didn't know how to prune them to keep them from getting crazy. So my tomatoes went from like 3 feet, 47 feet. Like I never pruned it. I was afraid to prune it. I thought it would hurt the plant, but I guess there's certain ways you can cut it to cause it to grow wide instead of tall and all this stuff.
Well, it's because you also want to like stunt some of the
growth hormone,
the leaf growth,
right?
And make more of the fruit growth,
right?
But Veronica was saying you need to do the tour.
I want to do that walking tour. I've never done the seeded
behind the seeds tour, dude.
The behind the seeds tour.
I did it. It's worth it. It's like $20, man.
Yeah. Oh. We'll have to do that, man, because that is literally on my bucket list of things to do is the behind the seeds tour. It's
worth every penny, man. I did it. I wasn't gonna, and then Veronica was like, "You got to go do it. You're gonna be mad if you don't." I said, "Okay, I'll spend the $20."
Right.
And I went on this thing, man. Oh my word, the stuff you actually learn. Like if you're interested in that kind of stuff, and that goes for anybody out there that's watching this. If you're interested, the behind the scenes tour for $20 or $25, they probably raise the price now, but it's amazing because they show you they bring in the little lab.
I would love to see that.
Like they have where they're having bugs and things that are helpful bugs to get rid of this and that and all that other kind of stuff. And and you basically get to walk around and watch people on the ride.
$20. It was 7 years ago. So it's probably a little more than $20 right now.
You know what? I'm curious. I'm gonna look that up right now. I'm gonna look it up.
If it's $20, I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah, I know.
They haven't increased the price, and that'd be awesome. But I love that ride. That is literally one of my favorite rides at Epcot.
Yep.
I like that little pavilion it's in because they've got a really cool cafeteria downstairs. It's where Soarin is. I mean,
I was gonna say it's also right next to Soarin. So.
Right. Now I haven't eaten in that buffet restaurant that they have in there at the back, which is like a lot of vegetables and stuff on a buffet.
Oh yeah, you know what? we have never. I don't even know how the food. I've never eaten in there. I've always brought some food of our own or something, or even buy something else and walk in there and sit down and eat. But I've never actually eaten the food in that place.
Yeah, the cafeteria has some interesting choices.
Yeah.
Did you find it? Please tell me.
I found it. As of September. Oh, wait, no. Okay.
As of September 2012.
No, it was 2018. So it says, as of effective June 2nd, 2020, the Behind the Scenes tour will cost $29 per person plus tax.
Okay.
Which, honestly,
still
absolutely worth it. Absolutely worth it all day long.
Well,
let me see.
When the parks open back up,
okay,
we're doing that. We're vlogging that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you when you go there, they give you a cucumber that they grew in the shape of Mickey, and you get to eat it.
Oh, dude, I'm down.
It's just awesome. It's just a great experience.
I grew cucumbers once. They were pretty easy to grow. Those things grew pretty easy.
I hate that you say that. Everybody is like, "Oh my God, cucumbers are so easy to grow." Cucumbers hate me. Dude,
I went like this, and then all of a sudden I had cucumbers everywhere.
Dude, they hate me. Every time I've tried to grow them for 8 years in a row, and I'll get 2 cucumbers, and then it just dies. And I can grow corn. Seriously, I've grown corn.
Okay.
On multiple occasions, and corn is not supposed to be typically easy.
All right.
Can't grow cucumbers. And one thing I will never ever grow again is cilantro.
I'm trying cilantro right now.
Let me tell you, the problem that is so hard with cilantro
is bolts, right?
Bolts because it has a certain heat, index that you're between whatever it is, 70 to 80. You know what I mean? You have to be in between that all the time. If it gets too high, it just bolts, and then you don't get any of the cilantro
bunch of leaves.
Yeah,
you get coriander.
Yeah, you get a whole bunch of that.
You get coriander when you get all the seeds.
Yeah, you get a whole bunch of that. Like, and I tried it like 3 years in a row. I just got frustrated.
We're trying to inside. So that's our deal. We're going to try and do it inside because it'll be more temperature controlled and everything as opposed to outside.
Yeah, I think if you can control the temperature.
I was reading it's a one of the ones you can grow in your kitchen window pretty easily, and you just keep snipping it, and then you can get quite a bit of life out of it. Because the wife loves cilantro in her food. So,
me too.
Did you know some people taste soap when they taste cilantro?
And that's a funny thing you brought up. Yeah, people. Somebody I used to work with tastes like soap, and what I found out is cilantro is one of 5 things that they know of that if you don't like it from birth, you will never learn to like it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it can't acquire a taste for it.
Right. Like I didn't used to like olives. I love olives now. Like my taste buds change. With that cilantro, if you taste soap when you're 1 year old,
it'll always be soap.
It'll always be soap to you. Which, like, knowing how good it is, like,
yes, that would kill me.
Kill me. Like, if all of a sudden I was like,
do you know what really hurts? Like in my heart for people?
Tell me.
Shellfish allergies.
Oh my God. That is sad. That is really sad.
Yeah. My wife's sister has a shellfish allergy.
Really?
It's not terrible where her like throat, she just gets hives and stuff, so she cheats and eats them anyway.
Sure.
But I couldn't imagine not being able to like eat shrimp.
See, for me, it'd be lobster.
Yeah. But I couldn't imagine somebody who's like, yeah, I can't have shrimp or lobster. I'm sorry. Like, what?
Well, and I wonder, is that something that you get over time?
You know what I mean? Who start with it.
Okay.
So you can, as a child, you can have an allergy to shellfish.
Right.
And then there is also what's called adult onset shellfish allergy, where you, out of nowhere as an adult, will somehow become allergic to shellfish.
That is so crazy. I hope that doesn't happen to me.
No, I will be mainlining Benadryl to be able to eat it because I love it too much.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. Oh my God. Now, do you have any allergies at all? Like
penicillin,
food-wise?
Not food.
No. Okay.
I'm allergic to penicillin, or at least I was when I was a child.
That's not good.
No, yeah. So I have to use like alternative. What are those things called? Antibiotics.
Okay. Yeah,
so there's like other ones they can give you if they know you're allergic to that.
Yeah, sure.
But I guess when I was a baby, they gave it to me and it almost killed me. Like literally almost killed me. So then they're like, I've never had it again. They're like, you might not be allergic to it anymore, but we're just not going to deal with that.
Let's not chance that. That's stupid. Because then
it might kill you.
Well, because if you do that, then I'm going to be all by myself doing the show.
Be the Drew and Drew show.
The Drew and Drew show. That'll suck.
You can just split screen yourself talking to yourself.
That'll be horrible. I'll get so sick of hearing myself talk, man.
Yeah, it happens.
But no, you know what I realized that I was allergic to, and I had no idea. And for like years, I would tell people, I'd be like, hey, when you eat kiwi, I said, does it feel weird on your tongue and like in the back of your throat? Is it kind of, and they're like, no. Then I found out I'm allergic to kiwi, man.
That's random. It
was super random. But I could like, it was always like, I like the flavor, but then I'm like, my tongue would get all weird and the back of my, and I'm not the smartest person to diagnose things.
Does everybody else almost die when they eat kiwi?
No, but like it wasn't that severe. Like if I couldn't,
mild.
You know what I mean? Like if my throat closed up, obviously I'd be like, okay, there's something going on here every time I drink.
Wait, how am I allergic to zucchini?
Zucchini?
Or she's saying you're allergic to zucchini?
Or maybe she's calling me a zucchini.
Or maybe it was zucchini inside the things. Maybe she's like, there's a really big lag, and she's talking about the thing they were growing in the thing on the Living with the Land and the Mickey shapes. Who knows?
What I want to know is how I commented "ha ha ha" when I didn't do that. Do you see it?
I do see that.
I think she tried to comment, but she was on my.
She was on your account. That's awesome. I love it.
Now I laughed about it.
Yeah, my dad's allergic to avocado, which I always thought was a weird one to be allergic to.
I don't think I've ever heard that.
Yeah, he can't have avocado.
Does he like it? Like, did he?
He would eat it if he did. Yeah, when he ate it, like he became allergic to avocado. Apparently,
Okay.
Because he used to eat it, but now he can't.
Do you like avocado?
Oh yeah, I love guacamole, man.
See, for years I didn't like it until probably 3 years ago. I started eating it. I'm like, that's okay. But I have this weird thing with, well, I'm over it now with the avocado, but I have this weird thing with mango, like the texture, like, it's kind of slimy.
Okay.
And avocado kind of had that same vibe to it that I was
There
like,
is an avocado, like some of the boba places I go to make an avocado drink. And it's an avocado boba smoothie, and it's so good.
Okay.
Like sweet avocado, like the Filipinos will eat. They take ripe avocado and they mix it with milk and sugar, and they kind of mash it up into like a paste.
Okay. And
they put it in the freezer till it almost solidifies like an ice cream, and they eat that, and it's really good.
Okay, I can see how that could work. Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Maybe
so yeah, I do like avocado.
You should do a vlog about that. Try making that.
Yeah, it's really easy. You just literally put avocado, sugar, and milk in a freezer.
No. Hey, no, but it's an easy vlog to do.
Yeah, it is. I love the easy vlogs. So that's my okay. Well, let's see. We know my favorite restaurant. What's your favorite restaurant at Epcot?
Honestly, I haven't really eaten that often at any restaurants. I'm
been all little festival foods.
Yeah, I'm guilty of it because we always like. Oh wait, no. Oh, I take it back. No, in the Japanese pavilion.
You told me about this.
That's right. I forgot. Sorry, I totally forgot. Yes. What do you know the name of it? I forget the name of it.
No.
My God! Now I gotta look it up, or maybe Veronica can look it up.
I know there's a noodle place.
Yeah, no, this is like in the main.
It's
area.
the teppen. It's the teppanyaki, right?
Teppanyaki, where they have one side is, what do you call it when they like cook for you in front of you?
That's teppanyaki.
Okay, right there. Yes, on the right side where we ate, we had sushi.
Right.
It was the best sushi I have ever had in my life. Like, if you're gonna get sushi for the first time,
okay,
that's the place to go.
So there's one restaurant called the Teppen Endo.
Okay,
but I don't know if that's not the sushi part.
Well, I think when you go in, I think it's the same restaurant, and they
say they show sushi on the menu here. I think it's called Teppen Endo.
Yeah, because they give you the option, because they came in and said, "Hey, are you gonna go eat the what is it called again?"
Teppanyaki.
No, but like when they cook in front of you.
Teppanyaki.
Oh, that's what. Okay, so they have that side, or they say, "Do you want to eat, in the sushi area?" When we went to the sushi area, the freshest sushi and the best sushi I've ever had in my life.
Nice.
Little pricey, but
I'm fine with that. I want to overpay for sushi.
Yeah, you don't want to underpay at 7-Eleven.
You do not want to underpay for sushi. That is one of the items you 100% never want to get really cheap sushi.
Yeah, no.
That's not a smart idea.
No. I mean, it's a cheap idea, but it's not.
Yeah, but not a smart idea.
No.
Yeah, like me, I'm a sucker for Kobe Steakhouse.
Yeah. Okay.
I just love that. The whole show, the food, the noodles, the white sauce. It's just probably one of my favorite food experiences ever. I love doing that.
Yeah.
Like I cook it at home.
Really?
Oh, dude. It's so fun. You've never seen Baby Shamu?
No.
Oh, they take the shrimp, the little teppanyaki guy, and he goes like this, and he takes the little shrimp tail, and he makes it go, ooh, ooh, and he goes, look, Baby Shamu, Baby Shamu. And then he'll like flip the shrimp in the air and like hits his hat. It's a whole show. It's great.
Okay. All right.
Oh, we got to go to Kobe Steakhouse when this thing is done.
Yes.
We have got to go to a Kobe Steakhouse, and they light it on fire. It's a spectacle. The food is good. I wouldn't say it's, gourmet, high-end, best food you're ever going to eat food, but it's tasty food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it just tastes good, and it's a lot of food.
Well, it's like getting down home, cooking or whatever. You know what I mean? That when you get that, it's not necessarily.
And the hilarious thing is, like, they're Japanese steakhouses, and I've never met a Japanese chef at any of them. It's always a Vietnamese guy, a Korean guy, a Chinese. It's never a Japanese guy.
Ever. So weird. That is so weird. I wonder why that is.
We had a Puerto Rican guy once. Like, literally, it's never been a Japanese chef. It's hilarious. And I'm fine with it. I don't care.
Well, maybe the Japanese chefs that are like, they're like, hey, You guys deal with this. We'll teach you how to do it.
And then there's to quote my buddy the Diz Jabber, there's a Willy Bobo one over on iDrive. Over on iDrive, it was called the Shogun Japanese steakhouse, and we got legitimately a 90-year-old Asian man was our teppanyaki chef.
That is awesome,
and it was slow motion the whole time, and every once in a while he would just pick up his knife and his spatula and go ha, like for no reason, and like it was supposed to be like, you know, like a forceful like ha, but like it was like ha. Like we thought he was gonna die.
They were probably mad, the owners, because they have to pay that guy per hour.
Like I thought he was gonna die in the middle of our meal.
Oh my god, that's so horrible. Now the question is, how do you do though? How was the food?
It was okay food. It wasn't Kobe.
Yeah.
But you know, to me that's the original. That's just the one I grew up eating. Like we had friends who worked there and things like that, and we would go to them all the time, and it was great. So I love that food. So even the teppanyaki at Japan, I want to try because that whole experience of cooking in front of you, it's so fun.
It's like it's a dinner and a show.
And that's all my kid cares about. She wants dinner and a show.
Can't blame her, man. She
will literally go, Dad, can we go get dinner and a show? Like she doesn't want to just eat in a Disney restaurant. She wants the Hawaiian luau. She wants, you know, the Morocco belly dancers. Another fantastic restaurant. I don't know if you've said you've eaten there or not.
I haven't. I got to make sure Veronica's okay with me going because they do have belly dancers.
It's for the boys. The boys will have fun. They'll get out there. They'll dance.
I don't know if that's going to help though.
My daughter loved it. She was out there dancing with the belly dancers, and she just middle of the stage took over the whole show. But the food is also excellent there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We had like steak kebabs and chicken kebabs, anything with a kebab. I'm down.
Oh yeah, just
meat on a stick.
Meat on a stick. Yeah.
Meat on a stick.
About that before?
We did.
Yes, food on a stick, man.
Food on a stick. There is, I think it's the Minnesota State Fair has the world record for most foods on a stick.
That is the weirdest thing to have, man.
Yeah, they have like everything on a stick. And I've always wanted to just go there and try them, but it's in Minnesota, so I don't want to go there.
I know. We said that before. We were like, I mean,
if I was a famous YouTuber and they paid me to go to the Minnesota State Fair and do the foods on the stick, I would be so down.
Yeah, as long as it's not in January.
Yeah, cold.
Just
not a big fan of that. Yeah.
No. But you know what though? We should do a vlog together sometime. We should just take food that we have, that we make,
and
just
put them on a stick. I've got them. I got sticks in the house.
I mean, you can really put anything on a stick.
Yeah, I don't think there's much. I mean, spaghetti and meatballs would be tough.
No, because you literally can put the meatball up top
and then wrap spaghetti.
Wrap spaghetti on top of the meatball.
Oh yeah.
I literally.
How many foods could we put on a stick? Basically, would be our challenge. The food on a stick challenge.
How many can you actually get on one stick?
Soup on a stick.
Soup on a stick. Ooh.
Soupy dumpling. You'd have to put a soupy dumpling.
Yeah.
But as soon as you punctured the dumpling, it would just go squirting out the soup.
Oh, that's a tricky one. That's a tricky one. Okay. Yeah. But we're gonna have to do that though. Yeah. Food on a stick.
Food on a stick, 100%.
Food on a stick.
Because it's the way they make. Because you could do it the way they make soupy dumplings.
Mm-hmm.
They take the gelatinized soup, so they basically make soup and freeze it cold into gelatin.
Okay.
That's how they make soupy dumplings.
Do they actually add gelatin to it?
No, but it's like collagen broth type thing. So it's so collagen-y, the soup.
I got you.
That it'll gelatinize when they cook it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they wrap that in the dumpling and they cook the dumpling. So then when the dumpling is steamed and everything, the soup ends up, thawing into liquid form. And then when you eat the dumpling, there's soup inside a dumpling. You're like, how the hell did they do that?
That is delicious.
It is. Soupy. I have some friends of mine who are addicted to soupy dumplings.
Great. Now I want some soupy dumplings.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
And where do you get those?
You got to go to a Chinese restaurant. And it's like a legitimate Chinese restaurant, not a Chinese takeout restaurant.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which is, funny because I when I moved down here, I fell in with a bunch of Filipinos, Chinese, Vietnamese people. So I went to all the Asian restaurants and everything, and a couple of them owned real Chinese restaurants. And so I ate all the legitimate Asian food.
Yeah.
So I ate like the real deal Asian stuff.
Yeah.
And I still remember we went to, there is it's still here, but I think it moved across the street. It's called Tasty Walk.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a real deal little Chinese hole in the wall over on Mills Avenue. So me and all my friends go in there one night, and it's like really late. And so we all sit down, and I'm the only white guy. And so everybody's ordering, and we just kind of would order like family style. So they ordered this whole mess of food. And then the guy looks to my friend and says something to him in Chinese. And he just starts bawling, laughing. And he's like, no, it's okay. It's okay. And so I was like, what was that about? Because the guy looked at me, said something to my friend. And I'm like, what was that about? And he's like, oh, no, he was just asking if the white guy wanted any sweet and sour pork or like General Tso's chicken, because we didn't order anything for the white guy. And they're like, no, he's good. He eats the real food.
Oh my God, dude, that's awesome.
So I was like, it was like kind of like reverse racism in a way.
Yeah.
But I wasn't even mad because I'm like, well, it's probably what
No, but you kind of look at it and go, well, yeah, that's pretty much
probably what would happen normally if it wasn't me who had grown up around this stuff.
Right. No,
but you know, like me, I'm here eating like chicken feet and tripe and all the weird stuff and not caring.
Yeah.
As long as it tastes delicious, I don't care what it is.
That's what I've always said. Like I'll pretty much try anything with the food.
Yeah.
You know, like you can't like take like I tried like cow tongue before.
Yeah, I've tried that.
I can't literally
but it's not delicious.
No, but I mean like it's gotta be like in something for me. You know what I mean? Like
dice it up or something like that.
Yeah, like I can't just have a big cow tongue on my plate and
eat
it. But no, you got to get a little adventurous, man.
Yeah.
I've never had, what'd you say, duck feet or chicken feet?
Chicken feet. Chicken feet are pretty good.
Never had it. Yeah?
Yeah, they're like, they're a little bit like gelatiny because they're very hard. So they got to cook them a lot to steam them a lot to get them tender. And you just kind of like, almost like suck on them more. And then like you get a little bit bits of it.
Okay.
They're pretty good. They're well flavored. So there's only one thing, like Filipinos eat some weird foods. Like they eat, there's one they eat called dinuguan, which is basically a pork blood soup. So they basically take pork blood and like stew it down really thick with some like of the intestine and stuff like that. That's real diced up. And you eat it over, like rice. And it's okay. I don't not like it because of what it is. I just don't like the flavor. It's not my thing.
Yeah. Well, like any blood's really irony. You know what I mean?
It is very iron. It's like liver on steroids.
Yeah. See, and I'm not a big fan of liver.
But the one thing I literally, when I went to the Philippines with my wife, and like there's like give it to the white guy thing they do.
Oh yeah,
everything.
Yeah. See, yeah.
And it's called balut, and it's a fermented duck egg. So picture just a regular egg.
Oh, that just doesn't sound.
And you crack open the egg, and you're looking at a duck.
No.
Like there's feathers, there's a beak, there's a head, there's eyes. But because it hasn't like really grown and it's still in the fluid, everything's all soft and gooey. So like you even eat the feathers and everything and the bones and everything. And it's like super gross looking. And I couldn't pull the trigger, dude. I was like, they'll crack the top open and they suck the juice out and then they eat the duck and I'm like, or chicken. And I was like, I'm like, I'm pretty damn adventurous.
No,
I ain't eating that. I'm sorry, buddy.
No, but that goes back to like what I was saying though. It's like if that was in,
and I asked them, I was like, is it delicious? And they're like, no.
Then why do you eat it?
Why would I eat? They're like, it make you strong, like fertile. And I'm like, I'm fine.
I'm good.
Like,
I take vitamins for that. Dude.
I'm like, I drank your really strong beer that you wanted me to drink that you thought I couldn't handle. And I was fine. Yeah. And I drank more of those than most of you did.
Yeah.
So I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But I'm not drinking. I'm like, it's not delicious. If you told me it was the best tasting thing you've ever had in your life,
that might prompt you.
I might have to go, you know what? I'm going to have to try that.
Right.
But the fact that when you cracked it open, you're literally looking at like a baby Donald Duck. I'm like, I can't do it. Where's his sailor hat? I can't eat him.
That's horrible.
I can't. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. So that's like that was my like stopping point where I was like, no, you win.
Yeah, you win with the grossness. Oh, dude.
And there's a fruit that I won't eat because I've tried it and I won't eat it again. It's called durian.
Okay. Is that stinky fruit?
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's giant and spiky and it's gooey and it stinks like feet.
Ugh.
And
not like the good cheese smell.
And it tastes like it smells.
Oh, gross.
And I'm like, why do you eat this?
It's a fruit.
Yeah. Like, why do you eat this? Why?
Let me guess. Because it makes them strong.
Yes. I'm like, makes no sense to me, man. Some of these things, but
I think it's honestly, I think some of that's just like mind over matter kind of placebo kind of thing. You know what I mean?
It's just a regular food. They're called, like in China, they're called 1,000-year-old eggs.
I've heard 1,000-year-old eggs. Yeah.
And in the Philippines, it's called balut, and it's supposed to be a delicacy, and that's what they always tell you if something's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
That it's a delicacy. That's the trick.
Well, that was like back in the day, man. They used to say lobster was a delicacy.
Right.
Because if you really look at it, it's a gnarly looking thing. Like
it's a cockroach of the sea.
It really is. And they used to feed it to like
prisoners.
People and prisoners. Yeah. Like it wasn't like,
because I doubt it was slathered in butter, but
no, I don't even know if they cooked it, man. They probably just ate it. Oh yeah.
I feel like me, the first person who ate a crab, that was an adventurous mother effort.
Dude, I always say this too. Anybody eating anything, like how does somebody, like when you're driving down the road, like where I live, there's cows, the cow pasture. Who in their right mind looked over at one of those weird looking things, dude? Where they got like, the saliva all over their mouths, and they're like,
well, that makes sense. It looks like there's probably meat there. Like a crab does not look like there is anything worth eating in there.
Well,
what's up, Mouse and the Magic? Thank you for joining us
like
as we ramble on.
She looks like she's crying. No,
she is.
Oh, she's laughing and crying.
But yeah, like a chicken. People immediately looked in that thing and was like, "I'm eating that. That is something we should eat. That makes sense."
Yeah.
But a crab looks like a giant sea spider.
Yeah.
And there's literally like tiny little bits of meat that you really have. So that had to be a really hungry person.
Yeah.
To grab that thing and then try to figure out how to eat it. Because then when you like a blue crab, you have to open it up and there's certain things you can't eat. You can't eat the lungs. You can't eat the gills. You can't eat. There's tiny little bits you're able to eat. So somebody ate everything and got sick and died probably. Like, okay, well, we can't do that. Don't eat those parts that Bob ate.
Here, Bob. Try these out and see if you die. I should drink. Yeah, good call, Pam. I absolutely agree with you on that.
Yes.
Because it is weird. But I drank
Who went like this and went, yeah, all right.
That's delicious. Well, and that's the weird thing. We are the only creature.
That's not as much of a jump okay, women have teats and the milk comes out, so they probably made the leap. Okay, that's the same.
But we made the leap, but this is the weirdest thing is the fact that like typically we are the only creatures that drink other creatures' milk.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like honestly, they always show like the cats going and like drinking the cow milk. The only reason why they're doing that is because
we give it to them.
We brought the cows in, and then you know what I mean? Like oh, milk, and they don't know any different.
Well, plus if they tried to milk a cow, it would be very, very, very bloody.
Yeah. No. Well, not if they're declawed.
Yes.
They try to do it with their claws,
Fun story. My mom told my dad to declaw my cat that I had as a child because she was tearing up the sofas.
Don't tell me he brought out pliers.
No, he took it to the vet and told them to take all the claws out of the cat, front and back.
No.
And the vet looked at him like, no, we just do the fronts. We just do the fronts. And he's like, no, my wife said to declaw the cat, take the cat's claws out. So take all of the cat's claws out. And they're like, okay, Mr. Bennett. Because me and my dad are very much similar. Like the wife tells you to do something,
of course,
you just do it.
Yeah,
that's what you do.
No,
so
I do that too, right?
She came home in like bandages on all 4 feet.
Oh,
and
man.
my mom was like, "What did you do?" Because now she wasn't ever able to go outside because
she has no protection.
No climbing, no nothing. The back claws were for climbing and stuff like that.
God.
So,
I think it's illegal to declaw your cats or something like that.
They're working on making it because they say it's like torture, basically.
Yeah, which I don't know.
How they figured out a lot of food stuff is interesting. Like who figured out to mold cheese, or who figured out to eat like blue cheese, like moldy cheese, and was like,
"Do you like blue
love
cheese?"
It. Oh, love it.
I am all about, dude. The best cheese I've ever had.
Blue cheese, feta cheese.
Aged blue cheese. I had this blue cheese. It was $500 a wheel. I didn't buy it. It was at a restaurant,
nice
hotel that I was working at. But yeah, it was from California, dude. I tried it. Best cheese I've ever had, and I'll probably never have it again because I don't have $500 to spend on cheese.
Yeah, I'm a soft cheese person. I like goat cheese. Goat cheese is fantastic. Blue cheese, feta cheese, like any of those cheeses. I'm a cheese person. Love cheese.
You know what I don't like is cottage cheese.
No, won't eat cottage cheese.
It's disgusting.
No,
likes it. I can't do it.
The much we are alike is freaky.
It really is.
Because I would literally like it retch. Like I will retch when I see cottage cheese.
Well, I worked with a guy, and every morning he would have a container of cottage cheese, and he would put pineapple on it, and he would just sit there and eat it with a spoon. And I'm like, dude, I can't even watch that.
Eat it over there. Eat it over there, please.
Dude, go eat it in the bathroom or something. I don't know.
But I'll eat and it's not even. It's the texture. It's the I don't know.
Everything about it. No,
like grits. I love grits, and a lot of people hate grits, but I'll eat grits. I love grits.
I'm okay with it. I don't like oatmeal.
Yeah, I'm not. I'll eat oatmeal, but I'll eat child oatmeal. Tons of brown sugar, tons of stuff in it, and make it like super sweet. I'll eat that.
See, for me, it has nothing to do with necessarily the flavor. It's the.
I'm sorry, Pam. Sorry for your loss, but
Pam, you never told me you ate cottage cheese.
Oh,
great! Now I'm gonna have to watch out for you eating cottage cheese, so I don't see you at work.
Oh.
But for me with the oatmeal though, I don't know why. There's a texture thing. It's like, oh my God, it's just so sticky. I don't like. I feel like I should be using it for wallpaper glue. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just me though.
Yeah. So this has totally delved off into different realms and which normally happens when we do these little chats.
We're on tangents, man.
We're on tangents. So yeah, no cottage cheese. No, I'm a big no on cottage cheese.
Same here.
Okay, so the restaurants you said I've eaten at most of the restaurants in Epcot. The Chinese one is pretty good.
Yeah.
They've got some pretty good, and they'll give you some spicy food in there too. If you order some of the dishes that say they're spicy, they will legitimately do spicy. And that's actually one of my wife's big complaints about the food. If she has any complaints about food at Disney, is they'll say things aren't spicy, but they are.
Really?
Like for her, I could put a fleck of black pepper in a dish.
Oh, she picks right up
and
on
she's like, "This is spicy," and I'm like, literally, I went with the black pepper. And there are some where I'll agree with her. Okay, I'm like, yeah, they lied. That's spicy.
Yeah,
like the shrimp at the Australia Pavilion for the Festival of the Holidays. We specifically asked them, "Is this spicy?" And they're like, "No," and it was spicy.
And you're like, "You're a liar."
Yeah, I'm like it's not spicy to an Australian, maybe.
Right. No, and that's really tough with somebody that does not care for spice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, because I like spice, and I've had stuff that I'm like, I can't imagine when they said it was like a little bit spicy, but it was like so spicy.
You're like a person who doesn't like spice would be like, oh my
God, it would have died. Like it wasn't even like flavored. It was just like super spicy and hot.
Right.
Burning my mouth. So I'm like, oh, poor people that think that
that ask the question, is this spicy? And they're like, no, sweetie.
No, not really. No, it's really mild.
It's very mild.
Yeah. As nose is running.
Right.
Can't breathe.
Like they made the one year at Food and Wine, there was a macaroni and cheese dish with like bacon and stuff, and it had some sort of pepper in it, black pepper. It was black pepper bacon mac and cheese, and it said it was kid friendly. And we're like, oh, bacon mac and cheese. The kid will love this. It's bacon mac and cheese. It was
super
peppery.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's no way kids are eating this. What do you mean this is kid friendly?
They're eating one bite and they're going, I'm done. And then the parent finishes it.
Yeah. I'm like, this is not kid friendly. But so let's see. I'm trying to think. The funny thing is the restaurant you love in Mexico, I have not eaten in.
Oh, yeah.
The one across from the Mexican Pavilion.
I love that place, man.
I have not eaten there.
Yep.
I've eaten in the Nine Dragons, which is the China one. We've eaten in Morocco.
Now, have you eaten in, in France?
Yes.
In the place
in
with
the one that looks like a cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pricey. That
was
pretty pricey.
I walked over and I was like, oh, I want to see. And then I looked at the prices and I was like, maybe next time.
That was pretty pricey. That was a lucky we were there with my dad, and my dad was like, "Oh, I love French food. Let's go eat here." And we're like, "Really?" He's like, "Don't worry," and he paid for it.
You're like, "Sounds good to me."
Okay.
No, but it was pricey. But was it worth the?
Yes, but it was good. It was high end.
It was really good food.
It was high end food.
Okay.
And the one complaint that always happens with like high end French food is correct. It's really good, but you're still hungry when you leave.
Yeah,
because they're not giant on the portions.
Right. No, but it's quality.
But it's super tasty, fantastic food.
Right.
But yeah, they're not super big portions. Me, I like a little bit of substance to it.
Yeah, me too. I know. I eat a lot for a skinny guy. I eat a lot.
It's delicious. The food there is delicious. Let's see, I think I've eaten almost all of them except that Spanish one.
Or you haven't eaten?
I haven't eaten in the British pub. I haven't eaten in the British pub. Which I haven't done in Britain. Oh, I haven't eaten in the steakhouse.
Canada.
Canada. I heard it's excellent.
That's what I've heard too.
And my dad actually has been wanting to go there, so we are going to hit that one up.
I'll just tell him to pay. I'll go with you guys.
Yeah, come on. So he's been dying to go to that one because he used to go there with my mom. They loved going to that one, so he wants to go back. We haven't been there in forever. He's like, "Oh, we got to go there. It's great." So when they open up, we got to go do that one. I got to get rid of the cottage cheese at work. I'm going to put something. How about that? Let's just put that. Just seeing the words cottage cheese is
it just sounds weird. It just sounds weird. Cottage cheese.
Yeah. So yeah, I've eaten in almost all of them. We ate the Electric Umbrella. Like I said, I got a good beer cheese sandwich, and the cronut was fantastic.
No, and I'm telling you, I didn't know they had cronuts there. I have to go get a cronut.
Yeah, I'm hoping that when it reopens up, that they don't like change the menu. Well, they can change the menu,
right?
But don't get rid of the cronut.
Well, I'll be mad if they do. I'll just
like I said, I haven't eaten in that buffet over in the land area.
Oh yeah. No, well, because
I'm not a big buffet especially if I'm at the parks.
Yeah. Me neither.
Like, I don't want to be that full.
No, well, because but you're spending money. You're at Disney. You want to get something. Like for me, if we're going to spend money, I want to get something good. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't want to just go, let's go get some sort of cafeteria kind of style food. You know what I mean?
The only buffets that have gotten us at Disney are the character meat buffets, and we were there for the characters. That's
why you.
So we did Crystal Palace because it's Pooh and all them, and we did the Hollywood Boulevard one just so that she could meet all the Disney Junior characters that were there at the time.
Hollywood Boulevard. Where do they have that?
In Hollywood Studios. When you come down Main Hollywood Boulevard, you make a left like you're going to go to the 50s primetime.
Okay, yeah.
It's there's that restaurant right there on the corner.
Oh, okay. Yes.
It's Main Time something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But in there, they do a breakfast buffet with the Disney Junior characters.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I think I've seen some characters like mulling around in there before.
Yeah.
I just looked in the window and saw them. So, okay. Yeah, we like the character. I like the character buffets just for the simple fact of the characters.
Yep.
You know, if you're going to pay to have a whole bunch of characters, get your picture.
And I'm not against buffets. Like, I go to Vegas, I will hit the buffets. The buffets in Vegas are a different level. It's like high-end food on a buffet.
On a buffet, yeah. Well,
it's just like,
and
it's just, you're paying for it. Yeah, everybody's paying for it.
Yep. Now, are you a gambler?
No, I try not to. Like, I will do a little, but my cheapness will kick in on me before anything gets too far.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nope. Oh, that's $30. I can't go. I've done my done. Because I know myself with my addictive personality also.
Yeah.
That I could go deep and it could be really bad.
You know, it's funny. When it comes to gambling, I gamble like $5 and I'm like angry that I spent $5. Like, no joke, man. I'll buy a scratch ticket. I do buy like scratch tickets every once in a while.
Right.
Just for fun. But I'm the guy that's like, I'll buy a $2 scratch ticket. If I win $2, that's just staying in my car. You know what I mean? I don't take that and go, I need to go buy more. I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
Out of all the things that I'm like that about, gambling's not one of them. But I'd go to Vegas for the food, I guess is what I'm saying.
Vegas is a food mecca.
Really? See,
the restaurants in Vegas are so light years above everywhere else because they're catering to these really high end, rollers and things like that, and it's ballers, and the food there is so good. I miss it so much. I've been a couple times with car things and one trip with my wife.
Right.
Yeah. And it's so good.
We might have to think of taking a little field trip.
Oh my God, dude. There's like me and my wife, before we had a kid, we would literally travel based on restaurants.
That's awesome.
So we would pick out where we wanted to eat and then go to that place and then figure out other stuff to do around where we were going to eat. So like we'd go to New York City and it was like, here are the 5 restaurants we have to hit.
Yeah.
And then I guess we'll go see the New York State, the Empire State Building.
If we have time.
If we have time, because there's a place that sells cronuts around the corner.
Yeah. If we're not too full.
Yeah.
If we're not. Well, did I ever tell you about the time that I went to the Empire State Building?
No.
I was so excited. We were in New York. I'm like, sweet, this is awesome. And we had to leave the next day. So we had like this little, excuse me. We had this little,
Mouse the Magic. Yes, it is. Yogurt, just to pop and make sure we're just, I could give or take yogurt. Sometimes I'll eat yogurt. Sometimes I won't.
I can't do yogurt because it's the texture thing again. I don't know.
Greek yogurt. I like Greek yogurt over most other yogurts. For some reason, it's thicker and it's more puddingy to me, and I can eat that. Like, I'll eat pudding.
I can't eat pudding either.
Ooh.
I can't. But like if you had yogurt and you mixed it with like granola,
I
can get by with that.
Tapioca pudding. See, I'll eat that. Tapioca. My dad got me on rice pudding. He ate rice pudding. My Nana has a rice pudding recipe, which is fantastic.
I get wigged out by the little things I don't know why. I know what they are. It's just like I don't.
What about boba tea? Have you ever had boba tea?
Oh yeah, love that.
That's the same thing.
No, not the little. Wait, the
boba is tapioca pearls. They're just bigger versions of the pearls in tapioca.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I'm talking about the little pieces of rice, though. Right?
Oh, and the rice. In rice pudding versus tapioca.
Yeah, okay, like it's the little things wig me out, man. The crunch, Drew. Exactly. It is the crunch. I need that comparison or whatever, like the light side and the dark side. You need those two to
okay, I see what you're saying.
I did that.
Yeah.
No, but like the yogurt texture, I need that crunch. Gotcha. I can get by with like the combo. I can't just eat a glob of yogurt or a glob of pudding. It wigs me out. I can't.
Okay.
Can't do it.
Okay, back to the Empire State Building. Sorry.
Oh yeah. No, that's all right. So anyway, yeah. So it was like we had this package where we were going to go to the see the Statue of Liberty, which we did. That was cool. But then we were like, we're going to go to the Empire State Building. I was so excited. That was the one thing I was like, this is going to be awesome. We're going to go to the top and blah, 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 blah. We get there and we were excited because nobody was in line. And we go up and the guy's like, hey, you guys might want to think about coming back tomorrow because the visibility today is 0. And we're like, no, we don't have time, man. We got to go. Long story short, we went all the way up to the top. I got out there, dude. I could see about this far in front. I was so mad. Like I could hear cars and all that stuff at the bottom, but literally, like they were not kidding when they said 0 visibility. It was just. I'm like, cool. We're up really high, and it doesn't even feel like I could have been on the ground. It wouldn't have made. You know what I mean? It would have been the same thing. So, yeah. But I'll be back there at some point. I want to see that. The insane view that everybody gets to see. Except for
Are you afraid of heights?
No.
Okay. Would you do the one building? I think it's in Chicago or somewhere where they take the glass wall and then they tilt you over the edge, and you're looking straight down over the edge.
That I won't do, and it's no, like it's not even like I mean, obviously you're really high, but it's not like I'm not afraid of heights. Like what I don't trust.
You don't trust the thing holding.
I don't trust the thing holding because like these people like that have that glass walkway wherever the heck that is
in China, the bridge, the glass bridge.
Dude, are you serious? Bobby was probably drinking at 5 o'clock on a Friday and forgot to screw one of the things in. You know what I mean? Like, sorry, but no. Like, and it's the same thing with like when they set up, I'm sorry, going off on a tangent again, but like when they set up those like Smokey's Greater shows, like the amusement parks, and I'm like, okay, you got a whole bunch of carnies that set this up in 12 hours.
They're in charge of the safety aspect of this.
This guy over
here, he's my safety tech.
That's the guy that's going to make sure I'm okay on this thing that's spinning up. And no, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
So it's like a trust thing. You know what I mean?
I'm
like
with you on that.
I just don't trust. But no, like heights, I'm okay with. Like I want to go at some point. I want to go on the in the Orlando Eye.
I haven't done that either yet.
Ferris wheel thing, and that's the thing. I'll do that.
We'll have to go because no one in my family will go with me.
Oh, I'll go.
My wife is not a big fan of the heights.
Okay.
And enclosed spaces.
Okay.
My mother-in-law literally would shoot somebody if they tried to put her on that thing.
Bite your face.
So like, no one will go on it with me.
Okay. Okay.
So
yeah. Count me in. But no, but like and if anybody doesn't know, Orlando Eye is in Orlando, and it's a big Ferris wheel. But they
looks like the one they show in London all the time.
Yeah, it's like the one in London. But they have this other thing in London. But but it's newer, and it's the swings.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing goes up, dude. How high is it? 400 feet.
It's big.
Okay, and once again, this goes back to the fact that I'm not afraid of heights. I'm not afraid to be up that high. I do not trust a swing set chain holding me on up 400 feet as it's spinning around, and I'm
on the Ferris wheel. There's bolts and a cart, and you could climb down if you needed to.
I just feel like, I feel like there's more structure to.
They could rescue me if something happened. If that thing snaps,
dude, that thing snaps, pew, and you're gone, and you ain't surviving that. I'm sorry, and I'm telling you, it's just.
I think that's a good way to end it.
Don't go on the swings.
Don't go on the swings. Don't trust a carny with your safety.
Hey, I didn't say that. Well,
you did that. No, you did this. You said that. And I agree with it.
I'm sorry.
And carny is a bad term.
I know.
Whatever is the culturally appropriate thing to say about a carnival.
Carnival. What are they?
Carnival technician.
Technician. That's what I was looking for. Carnival technician.
Don't trust them with your life.
No. But I appreciate you, carnival technicians.
Yes, there was a point in my life when I was young enough and dumb enough to not care or understand that was not a smart idea.
Yeah, no, me too. And now I'm old.
You can put any food on a stick. If you've learned anything today, these are the main things you have learned.
Yep.
Don't ride the swings.
Nope.
You can put any food on a stick.
Yep.
And do not trust a carnival technician with your life.
And I'm also allergic to it.
Which is weird.
It's so weird.
All right. Don't forget, go subscribe to Drew in the Moment. You're going to love it.
End of this guy.
There's awesome content all throughout there. I know he's got a bunch of new vlogs coming up. I got some new stuff coming up. I did some ribs. I made homemade tortillas the other day, which was pretty interesting. I also made, I didn't film it because I was really scared of it. I made roti canai, which is an India or a Malaysian bread, which was very difficult. Very delicious though. So I'm gonna have to actually make a video for that one because it came out good.
Yeah, just don't screw it up when you do the video.
Yeah, I will. 100%. It won't come out. It'll be like my Japanese pancakes,
or like my beignets earlier.
I made them once and they were great, and I can't do it again.
Mm-hmm. One-time thing, man.
Or the beignets. Hopefully they don't go like the beignets. Drew's got some stuff coming up. What are you working on?
Well, I'm going to be uploading the beignet video tomorrow. But yeah, no, I'm going to get out of the house a little bit.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's a couple parks where I can be
socially distant.
Socially distanced, exactly. Where I'm going to try to go. They have a lot of animals. That we went the other day, and it was like saw some alligators, some turtles, and all the birds. And so I'm going to try to do a little naturey thing just to mix it up. So I'm just trying to.
If you don't wear like a green crocodile hunter outfit, I will be very disappointed. And if I don't get a crikey,
oh, you're going to get a crikey as long as I see a crocodile. You'll get a crikey.
Okay.
As long as I don't get that,
I'm in. I'm 100% down for watching this one.
And then so just a whole bunch of other baking stuff. I'm baking and trying to make good stuff and never making beignets again.
We'll end on that. Never make beignets.
And never.
Even though he's gonna give you a recipe and vlog about them, but don't make them.
No, you guys make them. I'm not making them again.
He's not making them.
No, they were good. They were good.
All right, everybody. Good night. I'll talk to you later, Drew.
All right.
Dad doesn't do outros, so that's it. And there's only one way to live.
It's right here in the moment.
All right, folks. Till next Wednesday at 8.
Yes. Thank you for stopping in, everybody.
Later.
Later.